everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon. We're back today for another episode of Judge Dredd Assault on Justice. So we've got all of us back, except from Callum, who will be back with us next week. And we are here to bring justice to these goddamn perps who keep causing trouble in Mega City 1. These guys are the judges that are going to bring justice to the city, or perhaps create some more trouble along the way. Last week we had our session 0, and we got into the first bit of the scenario, of which we're playing through the Robot Wars. So yeah, we're about to get into some robot-y goodness. Let's go around the cast and the crew today. Remind ourselves of who we are. Remind ourselves of your judge and a little bit about them. Let's start with Pruitt. Pruitt, how's it going, my friend?
Things are going well, Will. We're having a good WebDM shoot, as we do. But I'm glad to be here for the first official episode of Dredd. And I will be playing Judge Roderick Kane. He's a judge who came from humble beginnings. Not a lot of tragedy, but he does believe in the law, and he is here to uphold it.
Amen. Amen, brother. Fantastic. Well, speaking of upholding the law, in somewhat more questionable terms, Susie, how's it going today?
It's going very well, thank you very much, Will. I am excited to be back to uphold the law. You know, I'm a very good judge. Because did you know, the people are real. The cases are real. My rulings are final. This is my courtroom. And I am Judge Judy. And I will bring law and order to Mega City, but in my own unique way.
In my own unique way. Which just so happens to be way up on the corruption perception index.
Well, you know, my methods may be unorthodox, but by God, do I get results.
Fantastic. Amazing. We have Shauna with us today. Shauna, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm excited to see what trouble we get into. And playing Judge Fremont, side judge. And you can't escape the law, not even in your own mind.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Absolutely. We've got a side judge on the team. It's going to make things very exciting, especially given the fact that Judge Fremont can read the surface thoughts of some other judges. So not looking at anyone in particular here, but let's see. We have Tina who's like, how's it going, my friend? How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm excited to play again. I am playing Judge Mari Lawrence. She's a brilliant human med judge who aged over 60 years. During session 0, so she is old but nifty, and for her, crime and corruption is just another disease to be treated. Just,
yeah, fantastic. Well, at least you didn't like die in session 0, which is possible in other games like Traveler, I guess. But yeah, you know, aging 60 years is by the by. You're a judge. You're a doctor. You've got access to some good medicine. So hopefully it won't affect Judge Lawrence too much. Callum will be with us this week. He's back next week, and we'll have Judge Fair back with us then. But a quick recap in just a few moments before we get started. I remind you guys that we're sponsored here by Judge Dredd in the Worlds of 2000 AD, which is a role-playing game that we're playing right here, right now. So if you haven't checked it out, you can go over to Drive for RPG or RPG Now to check it out. I'll drop links there in the chat in just a few seconds, and of course on the YouTube video as well, you can go check out. You can download the Quick Start rules for free, so you can read along as we're playing and follow some of the rules. We're definitely going to be getting into some more of the mechanics this week, seeing as we're about to start off with a straight into some combat. So I'm very excited to start playing the game for real today. And so a quick reminder of what happened in about the last hour or so. You haven't missed much. You can watch the first episode of actual gameplay. The judges have been called in by their sort of head judge, Judge Salem, who's told them that a gunman is expected to attack the Robot of the Year show in Mega City 1 today. So they decided to head out immediately, scope out the place, check out some of the new robots on display, and talk with a couple of the representatives of RoboComp who are putting on the show. They've learned a couple of things. First of all, that the robots here seem to be have various different tasks. They've been assured that nothing could possibly go wrong with these robots by a man who described himself as overly confident in that matter. And they've also learned that there is some rogue agent within Robocomp called CALL-ME-KENNETH. This Kenneth is not actually a person. Turns out Kenneth is a robot. And at that moment when he discovered that, a gunman showed up and started laying waste to the convention goers. And that's where we're going to kick off our game today in just a few moments' time. So I'll remind you guys quickly as well, if you haven't retweeted a tweet, go ahead and do so. We hit 20 retweets, we'll give away some dice to you guys there in the chat. And of course, you can donate to a Fetted Game as well by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and oh so much worse. But let us kick things off to gear here in just a few seconds time, because you guys are at the Robot of the Year show. You've all of you here screaming and crying as you see from whatever position you're in around the convention center, if you're in the hall, if you found a spot to overwatch the convention center from, you see this man with a minigun step out into the crowd. You hear the whirring as it winds up, and you also see that he has a hover chair from which he seems to be shooting from. And at this point, as you see the minigun begin to wear up, the screams from the crowd begin. I'd like us to start some combat here, and so you roll intuition to start off the initiative order here. So let's get some rolls. I've got the fancy grounds up for you guys, and let's see how this goes. First action for our judges. No time to waste.
Intuition.
You can add your tactics in here as well. Just remember, so if you have anything in tactics, you roll your intuition plus tactics for your initiative roll.
Okie dokie.
And,
Oh, mine has a total of 18.
Yeah.
Ow.
Mine's a... Wait. Okay, mine's a total of 25.
5, beauty. Judge Lawrence, what have you got here?
I got only 7.
Only 7. Oh, slow off the bat. And Judge Fremont. You may be muted. I think I see 19.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you're all good. And let's get... Yeah, okie dokie. And this fella... Let's see how fast he is. Beauty. Only a 13, so our gunman on the hover chair is going to the end here. So we have Judge Kane first off the bat, then Judge Fremont, Judge Judy, Heavy Gunner, and Judge Lawrence at the end of the initiative order here. So, as you hear the gunman whir up his minigun and the screams from the crowd begin, it is Judge Kane who is the first off the bat.
What was the... Remind me again, what was the name of the guy I was talking to?
You were talking to...
We went in and talked to a guy in the office.
Yes.
And that's Randolph.
Randolph,
Sorry,
thank you, yes.
I found my notes, finally.
Yeah,
So, first, as I hear this, I'm going to turn and look at Randolph. And the only reason I'm looking at him is to see his reaction to this.
He's wide-eyed in surprise, and he's ducking for cover behind his desk chair at the moment.
I don't think that was the person he was looking out for. I think something else is worrying him.
Yeah, that's probably the case. And I will pull out my lawgiver and move towards the sound of the disturbance.
Okay. So you move out and you can see this gunman in the on a hover chair, which sort of looks like, I guess, like a UFO a little bit. And he's like shooting out from the top of it. And he is going off on the crowd right now. There are screams. You hear the sort of automatic machine gun fire as it tears through the crowd. You don't have a clean shot because of the amount of people moving around and the screams right now. You could try and move closer, or you could try and take a risky shot.
No, we don't need to put any more lives at risk, and so I'm going to move in a more advantageous position and line up a shot next. But I am going to switch my ammo over as a free action because I can over to some kind of high X because I'm going to go for that hover chair.
Okay, fantastic. Then that takes us over to Judge Fremont. You watch as Kane is headed out towards the hover chair.
All right. She gives us a yell out. Kane, do we need to secure this witness?
We can find him later, one way or another.
All right. I will go out there and just kind of give Kane some cover, and I think I will just take a shot at that hover chair.
Alrighty.
And that is the agility plus.
I'm going to give you a penalty of just one dice removed, seeing as you're shooting through the crowd. It's not the cleanest shot.
Yep, that sounds probably. So it's agility plus pistols. Okay, so that's 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus his ranged defense, so it works pretty simply. Okay, that's a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see it sort of like ping off the side of the hover chair, not finding its mark.
All right.
So you moved, and So as a quick briefing as well for those of you who are new to the system, you get 2 actions per round in Judge Dredd. So you can like move, you can shoot, you can also, it gets a little more complex as well, where you can use like special effects, the exploits that these characters have. We'll get to those as you guys feel like using them as well. But that's basically how it works, nice and simple. Okay, it is the time for Judge Judy. Judge Judy, you are somewhat more in the dark here. As a reminder, you don't have your judge helmet on, so you're not on the comms. You can't see the rest of your judge's allies in the crowd, but you can hear and see the gunman from the hover chair at this point.
Okay, so I can see the gunman.
You can.
Okay. Is he within, like, shooting range, or would I have to move to get to him?
So again, you take a minus 1 dice, 1d6, because you're shooting for the crowd. If you wanted to move closer, you would be able to get a cleaner shot, but you sort of run the risk of shooting people.
Because under one of my exploits, I have the aim exploit, which would allow me to get an extra 1d6 bonus to ranged combat.
Perfect, so that would counteract that. Yeah.
So I'll aim and shoot at the gunman with my lawgiver, which is, for me, that is 5d6.
Alrighty, let's roll those bones.
2 1s, yikes, an 18 total.
Yeah, 18 is good enough to make the hit, but the armor of this hover chair and the gunner seems to be taking a lot of the, soaking up a lot of the damage there as you shoot out with your pistol. Okay. It is our heavy gunner who has noticed the judges. It seems like he wasn't expecting this amount of resistance already with being shot at. He's going to try and spray through the crowd So you get an action which is you can use a minigun to blanket the 30 feet cone in a hail of bullets attacking all targets in the area. Right now, Judge Judy, that effectively means you and a bunch of the crowd. But just know that many crowd members may be being murdered during the course of this.
Just so long as they die and I don't.
Spray.
I mean,
Right, that's the what? So what a bad dice roll. 14 against your ranged defense.
I have 10.
Okay, so then you have your soak as well, which I think for a judge is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're okay. So soak basically works like armor, but it doesn't necessarily specify being armor. It could be like a shield that you have up or whatever. So you manage to dive out of cover into cover, even while you're taking bullets shredding through. The judge armor holds them in place, not letting it get through to your soft flesh. But the crowd members are not so lucky, and dozens of them are shredded in the spray, and you hear a manic cackle from the gunner. And it is Judge Lawrence's turn. You're in a good position here. You are, you're at a vantage point, so I'll give you an extra d6 for any shots that you make. Yeah.
Perfect, but I can't use more than 5, right? Because I'm only
You
only
have-
grade 5, right?
Let's
Because
see.
I have pistols 3 and agility also 3, and I could also aim. Can I go over the 5?
Yes, yeah.
Sweet, then I would have 8d6 to roll.
The more dice, the better. Give it to this guy.
Alright then.
We'll give you the bonuses there as well, so.
So 8d6 then. That's a 29.
Nice. You can go over the 5, right? I'm not misruling that one. I feel like I read somewhere that you can do that. Wait, let's ask Russell in chat. Well, roll it for now. 29's damn good. This guy's, you're going to need it against this guy anyway, so his math is, okay, cool. So you actually managed to bite through the armor on the hover chair, and what are you shooting with? Is it your pistol here?
Yes, I'm shooting with the lawgiver because I'm the law and I'm going to give it to...
Yeah, you see a smoking ruin in the side of his chest where you've placed a bullet. It's the second round. You can take another action as well. Maybe your aim took up your action. Could be a free exploit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use my exploit good position to keep being in a good position and can't be taken into crosshairs, basically, from ranged combatants. So I'm going to use that and scan the scene. I saw the others taking aim at him, right, and shooting, so I do know that the other judges are on the case. Very good.
You know that they're on the case, and from your vantage point, you can see them as well. Which is good. Judge Kane, you see this gunman lay out a hail of gunfire and bullets which just shred through the crowd. What do you do?
I already switched over to high X, so I am going to take aim, which I took that. That gives you the plus 1d6, but also I have the exploit perfect aim from my time on the range, so I get plus 2d6 instead of 1.
Nice.
And so I'm going for the chair. So for the pistol there, that's going to be, let's see, 6 plus 2. So it's 8. So it's 10d6.
Boy, give it to him.
Yeah, so that's 32 to hit.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna look up the max dice pool here in a second. I want to make sure.
Yeah, let me know on that.
I feel like,
because I mean, I'm adding my agility plus my pistol skill, so that's 6 agility, 2 for pistols, and then plus 2 for aim.
Power of PDFs.
Yes.
Control F. We will have our answer. The size of a dice pool is limited by a character's grade. When performing a dice pool, the character cannot exceed this amount. Character's grade is simply the number of careers he has taken. That starting career level 4 is typically a grade 5 with a maximum dice pool of 5d6.
All right.
Remember, the maximum dice pool limit only applies to the initial attribute plus skills plus equipment dice pool. Exploits and luck can exceed that limit once it has been formed. So, you'll have
18.
a 5, then... Yeah. There we go. Aha, control F for the win. And that is... Okay, 18.
And high X, since I was aiming for the actual hover chair, I don't know if this is up to you whether you consider the hover chair a
Right.
robot or inanimate object, but it does double damage to those.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say the hover chair at the very least is an inanimate object. Seeing as it's a machine.
Okay.
It's not a robot technically. I don't think it falls under the robot category, but yeah.
So this just says 2d6 damage, but again, that's doubled for those things. So meh.
Yeah. Oof.
Seems like it should be more.
Let's
Oh, well.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah,
A judge's lawgiver damage is 2d6. It depends what type of bullet you're using as well.
Yeah, I was using high X, which it says 2d6 for high X.
High explosive is 2d. I see 2d6 plus 2.
High explosive.
Maybe we're looking at different places. 2d6 is definitely right. But yeah,
I mean,
okay, let's roll
I'm
it up for now.
looking
If you got
under
that on your character sheet, then it's more.
Well, I mean, I'm looking under on page 109 of the equipment section for the Lawgiver Mark 1.
Okay. So double that to 6. Okie dokie. Judge Fremont. The gunman's taking a lot of fire right now, but doesn't seem to be slowing down his manic assault on the good people of the Robot of the Year convention. Oh, you are muted.
Again. Sorry, she is going to use one of her abilities, Voice of the Law, which allows me to... So what she's going to do, she's going to yell out explosive round, and then she's going to yell freeze or lethal force, and just stare this guy down. So it's a charisma mental attack against him. So that is with my... So that is... Well, that's a charisma, so it's 3d6 plus my intimidation is 3 with 2d, so it's 5d6.
Nice.
All right. Oof. 22.
Okay, that's definitely a hit. Give us the damage on that attack.
Oh no, that's a mental attack. He
Mental attack, you're right, yeah, so it's just... Go ahead.
So he just does what I say. So he, for a round, he freezes, I guess. He doesn't shoot. I'll let the other judges do what they need to do.
You tap into the mind of the gunner through the mental defenses of this maniac, and you just like stop him from holding down the trigger on the gun, making it Judge Judy's turn.
Okay, I'm going to move up to get into a better position. And shout at people as I'm running forward, like, get out of here, like, take cover. And then I'm gonna pop off around at the gunman.
The gunman.
All right, so let's do. So I don't have a penalty now. I've moved up, or is there still a penalty?
No penalty now. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's go. Ooh, 20.
A 20 is a hit. Let's have that. Let's have that damage.
All right, that's 2d6 plus 4 with my standard round, so that is 12 points of damage.
Nice. Bites right through the armor and leaves a smoking hole in his chest.
Nice.
Okay, he doesn't get to act because he is frozen in place by Judge Fremont. Judge Lawrence.
Perfect. Can I already shot through his hover chair. Can I take him down, or has he lost altitude because he was damaged?
It doesn't seem to be damaged enough in insofar as it's not smoking. You've shot through it, but it seems like this thing is built to withstand, rocket launches probably. Shooting his soft flesh seems like the ideal target. You could try and bust through to its engine.
Okay.
If that's what you want to try and do.
I mean, I have armor piercing ammunition, right? I mean, I could try to shoot through the chair and take it down by shooting for his ammunition. So I will try to do that. Do I still have the same amount of d6 because I did not change the position and have the tactics and everything?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give you a. So you got your pull of 5 most likely. I'm gonna give you an extra 2d6 because Judge Freeman's frozen him in place. He's not moving at the moment.
Sweet. So it's 7d6 then.
Beautiful.
And I think I'm going to use my exploit aim. So I would go up to 8d6 then in order to really shoot that engine with armor-piercing ammunition. That's 33 to hit.
That's a hit.
And the damage for armor-piercing is half damage, but it ignores the soak. So I guess it's 1d6 plus 2 then, right?
It's... yes.
So 5 points of damage, and it ignores the...
Nice, yeah. The bullet goes through the hover chair, and it starts to kind of careen off to the side while he's trying to get it back under control, but actually it's technically still frozen, so it's starting to lilt and tilt. Okay, is there anything else you want to do, Judge Lawrence?
Because I'm on a vantage point and have such high logic, can I determine where that hover chair is going to come down and radiate that to the other judges?
Sure, yeah.
So I'm going to go on the radio then, and I tell them I hit the perp's hover chair right in the engine. He's going to come down, and then I describe where I think it's going to hit, I don't know, one of the food stands or something. To help them find him in case they can't see him over all the spectators running away.
Right. Alrighty. Okay. As the vehicle is going down at the end of this round, the hover chair is lilting and falling. You see a shield go up around the whole thing. And it is clear that there is some kind of energy shield in place, which is protecting both the hover chair and the gunner at this point. Judge Kane, it's your turn.
Well, since I do have a skill in engineering, and because I haven't read all of the rules of what all of my ammo does, do I know what the best ammo to use for taking out or bypassing shields? Is this something that he would have interacted with before?
It's ignoring the soak, so you want armor piercing. Basically, the shield gives him a higher soak, yeah?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. In that case, free action to switch ammo to armor piercing. And just, I'm going to pop out. Again, I'm going to aim. And, just give it a pop off. And see
you
what
definitely
happens.
have to vocalize armor piercing as you switch to armor piercing bullets. It's the only way to make them really effective.
Mm-hmm. So, again, my limit is 5 plus the 2 from aim, so that's 7d6.
Yeah.
So there's 5 and 2. So that's 29 to hit.
Big hit. Crits are triple sixes in this game as well, so keep an eye on how many sixes you're rolling as they come in.
Triple sixes, that's good to know. Mark of the beast, gotcha.
Yep.
Standard execution. Armor piercing is 1/2 of standard, so 1d6 plus 1?
Yeah, I think that's how we've been playing it, and it ignores the soak, so it goes straight through to it.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's going to be 4.
Beauty. Alrighty. Woo! This guy's no joke. He's eating these bullets for breakfast, but they are starting to hurt him. It actually punches through the heavy shield. You can see at this point the gunner is doing something with the controls of the hover chair. You're not sure what. Something's happening there. Judge Fremont, it's your turn.
You muted, Shauna.
You're muted.
No!
There we go. Sorry.
Got it.
There we go. All right. So yeah, same thing. Armor piercing. Yell it. Vocalize, and then just aim. Take the shot.
It's so much cooler when you yell armor piercing.
Oh, it's terrifying. All right. So that is.
Yell out your ultimate moves.
So that is 46. Okay.
Headshot!
Headshot.
15.
15 is a hit against his ranged defense.
All right. So that's 1d6. Yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
Yep.
6 points. Oh, I'm sorry.
6.
Yep, 6 points. Yep.
Yeah, you got it. Nice. Again, punctures through the shield of the hover chair. Judge Judy.
Okay, so how is he still up in the air right now? He hasn't landed yet, right?
He's coming down. By the time it's his turn, he'll be close to the ground.
Okay, so I'd like to move up again so that I will be close to him when he's on the ground. And
Awesome.
I'll just fire another shot at him as I move up.
Still.
17?
Hey, that's a hit.
Alright. And that is 8.
And is that armor piercing as well?
No, it's just standard rounds.
Okay, unfortunately then, it does not bite through the shields. Despite being a well-placed shot, he grins and cackles a little bit more. And as it becomes his turn, you see that from out the bottom of the hover chair, that there appears to be green fumes being pumped out and radiating at a rate of about 20 feet per couple of seconds here. So about 20 feet per round is this deadly gas coming out from it. So right now you guys are okay. But next round you're going to need to do something about that, most likely. And as he's setting off the gas, this is of course killing more civilians in the doing so. They're sort of getting choked up with this gas, and you see them fall down to the ground, choking on this green death gas. You also see the gunner looking ready to escape the hover chair, which looks like it's had its use, and looks like he's going to start climbing out in a minute here. Judge Lawrence.
I say respirator, and in order to activate that part of the helmet that helps you breathe, even if there's gas or something in the air.
Takes an action to switch that bad boy on. Yep.
So I can't aim this round, but I'm still trying to... I can't use that exploit aim, but I'm still going to take a shot at... Can I see where the gas is coming out of the chair on the ground, and try to maybe shoot that in order to...
So there are 8 different canisters from which they're like pipes basically that they're pumping out from. You could try and shoot one; it would maybe slow it down. But you suspect some of the work here has been done.
I see. But that gunner is trying to flee.
He's about ready to like pop the top off and start. He's next to a building, so it looks like he might try and climb up the building to escape.
I see that Judge Judy is coming towards him, so I'm going to shoot one of the canisters because I think saving citizen lives is also part of the job of a judge, right? So I'm
Right.
going to try to hit one of those. 76 then, because I can't aim this round. And that's a 20. I still have to
20 is
armor
enough.
piercing.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's 1d6 plus 2, I think, because it's halved. So 8 points of damage to that one thing where the gas is coming out of.
Yeah, it explodes and stops pumping out the lethal gas as you sort of warp the metal with the heat of the armor-piercing round.
Okay. And that's my round, I guess.
Yeah, all right, it's round 5, which means the gas is beginning to envelop the judges on the ground, which is Kane and Judy right now. I think Judge Fremont is still a little further away. Judge Kane, let's see when it is. Aeon, each round where you remain within the area of its effect. Okay, so you'll take it at the end of your round rather than at the beginning of the round, which is a good thing.
Okay, well, I'm thanks to Judge Lawrence's prompting. Judge Kane is going to switch his respirator on, popping it in his mouth, and then he's going to pop out. The guy hasn't jumped out yet, so he's still behind the shield. So we'll continue using armor-piercing rounds.
Yep.
But without the aim action. So that's only 5? It's only 5. That's what we're limited.
Yeah.
Almost
3 sixes.
Yeah. Almost.
Close to a crit. Still enough to land a punishing blow.
Okay, so that's going to be only 1d6 plus 1 for the armor piercing. 4.
Yeah.
It does ignore soak.
4 nor soak. This guy is close to being bloodied at this point, but you've seen perp stuff on this guy. He looks like he's drugged up, full of muscle, possibly some kind of steroids stuff going on there. Looks like some kind of gangster type perp.
No telling what kind of
before.
Yeah. No telling what kind of drac he's got in his system.
You never can tell. Judge Fremont.
Yep, he's starting to run. So, yep, I'll same thing, armor piercing as he's still behind the shield. So, same thing. What was it? Respirator on, action, and then take my shot. So that's. Sorry.
So good.
12.
Ooh. 12 is enough, actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right on the money.
So, yep, 1d6 plus 1. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Chipping away at this pub. Okay. Judge Judy.
Damn, this guy's tough.
You're unaware of the order to put the respirator on right now. it's the in-character issue.
How high off the ground is he right now?
10 feet, like hovering. Yeah.
Is it feasible that I could climb up a stall and jump at him?
I
Like
would say
do some
that was
Assassin's
feasible,
Creed.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Like scramble up a stall and just try and grab him.
I would
You're not-
require a agility skill task.
Okay.
That's good, Jeff.
Do I have anything I could add to this? Probably not. Oh no.
Are you skilled in jumping?
According to this, I have a 6-foot jump, which is pretty good.
That's a.
Alright.
It's only 4 feet away.
It's 11?
Okay, so we'll give you this. Seeing as it's not a particularly easy jump to make, but it's a decent enough roll. You've got like one hand. You're like one-handing the hover chair right now. You're on like the edge of it.
Cool.
You're Star Warsing off the side.
Cool.
You could use an action to pull yourself off, but that's all you could.
Yeah, I'll use an action.
Pull yourself up is definitely what I meant to say there.
Doing that
So
on
good.
duty will get you 5 days in the fuse.
Sometimes I say what I want to hear.
Yes, I shall use my action to pull myself up.
Oh,
It happened
Did
to
not
me
tell.
last season, and it happened to you now.
yeah, it's. What can I say? Fridays at 5, something's in the air. Judge Judy pulls herself up to the hobbit chair. However, it is the perp's turn, and is going to try and use this opportunity here of Judge Judy right in the line of fire to pop off a shot of his own. And that is going to be 6. Okay, 16.
That does beat my melee defense.
Okay, and the damage on this is 3d6 is 12. Plus 4 actually. So 16 damage in total to you.
Oh,
He's gonna,
ouch.
yeah.
I
still
take
standing?
11. Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah.
That's 11 points though,
He
Dan.
sprays the machine gun into you, and then it starts to race off. And he sort of performs a jump, not dissimilar to you, right, onto the skyscraper building nearby, and starts to climb up like he's some kind of Spider-Man. Lawrence, he's still in your line of fire, by the way. He's still in the line of fire.
Okay, I'm going to take aim, and I'm going to shoot that perp right in the back, because I now have the perfect line for that, right? Would I have now 86, because respirator's already in? I can take one action to
Yep.
aim at him? Sweet.
Yep, absolutely you can.
Then I will do that. And would it be a free action to just switch over to standard ammunition in order to do more damage? I don't need
I
armor
think
piercing,
ammo
I guess.
changes are instant.
Well,
Let me-
no, it requires an action unless you have the lawgiver adept exploit.
Oh, I
Right.
see. Okay, I don't have that. I think I'm just going to shoot him then with
Oh,
what
yeah,
I've
right.
got.
yeah, why not? You know,
I mean,
He's still
you don't
got-
know
he's still
what
wearing
that guy
armor,
has,
you know, he's-
right? Yeah.
he's
So
he's wearing riot armor, so he's sort of
Oh,
decked
yeah,
out in
that
gear.
hits. Then
That'll hit on a
and I hit with a 26.
26.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to be 26 plus 2 damage. With the armor piercing, it's 5 points of damage as I just take him right between the shoulder blades.
Nice. Alrighty. He pauses as he's climbing up this building. The gas still emitting out of the hover chair below him, and at this point it's gone out 60 feet. About to have gone out 60 feet. Yeah, actually at this point it goes out 60 feet. So people are mass panics, screaming and run away from the gas, even as they choke and die on the gas still emitting from the hover chair. Looks like that whatever button has been pressed is still left on in this gas.
Okay.
It is Judge Kane's turn.
Ignoring his want to facilitate the law at this moment, he is going to actually. Can I run over to the chair and still have an action to try to manipulate it?
Yes.
Okay.
You definitely can.
Well, I mean, I did a year on the road, so I know how to work certain machines. I'm skilled in engineering, so he's going to move over to the chair, holstering his lawgiver, and I'm going to see if I can maybe at least find the button to turn this off.
Give me a quick logic roll, plus anything you might have to help with engineering.
Logic, so it's I got a 5 in logic. Engineering is 6, but I can only roll 5, right?
Right, yeah, 5, yeah.
Okay. Even if I want to add like luck to that, right?
Luck comes afterwards, so you can add luck in if it's 15's enough though. Yeah.
Okay.
So you find the big green button that's pressed on and switch it off, and immediately the gas stops emitting.
Gas is secured. Let's take this sucker down.
Judge Fremont.
All right, Judge Fremont's gonna walk closer to the perp that's climbing the building. She is just going to just take a breath in, put her fingers to her temple, and just shoot a bolt of electricity toward him. So
Nice.
yeah. So that's electrokinetic blast. So that is 6 of my psi points. So I have 4 left. So it's a psi versus defense. And you spend luck afterwards, right? You can spend luck when you get this declared before.
Yeah, I think you can spend it afterwards. I don't think it has to be declared.
Okay, so that's psi versus defense. So that is going to be a 4d6.
That's... Ooh, 1 off. He's got mental defense of 12. And let's see if anything
Alright.
to...
I will use... You know what? I'll use that luck.
Use that luck? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use that luck.
Alrighty.
Speaking of the day.
Nice. That'll do it.
And then I am going to spend my remaining 4 psi points to kind of juice it up. So it's going to be, instead of 1d6, it's going to be 3d6.
Ooh, nice. I like the sound of that. Ooh, dang. 13. This is a punishing. So it's literally a bolt of lightning. You want to describe it?
So it's like coming from my finger. Yep. Psychic lightning.
Nice. His body is racked with it, as is the rest of the skyscraper. You see the windows shatter on several different floors around the perp as he is trying to climb up to the very top of it like he's King Kong. Judge Fremont stops him in his tracks, and Judge Judy, you are Judge and Executioner. Judge Judy and Executioner, rather.
So I'm gonna just use aim, and then I'm just gonna try and pop him off the side of that building. I'm not gonna try and go for like a headshot or anything to just like immediately try and kill him, but I'm trying to like get him to like drop, so he can still be useful and we can still find out about him.
The drop may kill him if he's shot off from there. He's up, several dozen feet.
Yeah, but he might live just with a lot of broken bones.
He could live, yeah.
His crime
So
is
I'll
murder.
just-
The sentence is death.
Mm-hmm.
So with my exploit, that gives me an extra dice because I'm aiming. So that's 66.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's
22. So that's 2d6 plus 4. That's 12.
Oh, dang, that's exactly what... Actually, 1 over what you needed to drop this perp. So you shoot him, and you shoot him in the back of the head. I think... Well, let's see. He's fallen as well. He may be alive. You shoot him a little bit better than you actually intended to. You sort of shoot him in the back of the head, and you watch as his grip on the skyscraper comes loose, and he falls backwards, and with a heavy thud and a crash of a broken stall, he falls down dead. Or maybe just very, very broken on the ground. The gas is still an issue for in a little way. It's not as big as it was because it's not still pumping out. It seems like most of the people have managed to get away, but it may be worth setting up a perimeter while the gas sort of like settles and disperses, as we are technically out of combat now.
Judge
Herb
Lawrence would like
contained.
to... Yeah, well done. Judge Lawrence would like to go over to the other judges, and especially to the perp, in order to figure out if he's really dead or if she could stabilize him so we could get more information out of him.
Give me a Well, actually, I think you pretty would need to make a roll, Judge Lawrence, seeing as this is your sort of area of expertise. You take a look at him. He is wide-eyed, got tattoos all over him that look like sort of biker gang tattoos. His arms are juiced up to the point that he must be on some kind of steroid enhancements, and likely a whole lot of drugs as well. He's been shot several times with armor-piercing bullets, so he's like bleeding from all over, shot in the back of the head, fallen, maybe 30, 40 feet off a skyscraper. He's just about alive, but you've got maybe 10 seconds left on this guy before he's gonna cough out his last.
I do have to exploit emergency procedures. So I'm going to use one of my die pool in order to stabilize him and just roll 1d6 because I don't want him to feel too good, right?
Right.
So, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Sorry. So I'm going to give him back 3 points of health, and I also slap on, while I was looking him over, trying to figure out what was wrong with, I know what's wrong with him. He had been shot, right? But I'm stabilizing him, I'm doing all those medical things, but I'm also slapping on handcuffs, so he can't just up and run away.
Yeah, absolutely. He's,
and I'm going...
you shoot him full of drugs. And so he's sort of like very woozy right now, but he will probably live, at least till the end of the day.
You can't escape the law, not even in death, I tell him. And then I hand him over to Fremont, his worst nightmare.
I'm sure the interrogators will have a delightful time with him, despite his survives. Should call it in?
Why is that perp still alive? You hear over your head.
Because we need to know who's behind this, if there's someone else behind him. If there isn't, this can be fixed quite easily, and I put away the lawgiver.
Then you should ask him. I'm going to run the numbers on this hover chair. And I'm going to call in like the serial code to this hover chair and see if Central or whatever can give us any information on it, like its origins.
Yeah, you've got like you get through to the like the
control
driving department. Yeah, you get through to control, and you hear back from a sort of tech geek over there and says, that one's been looks like it got stolen a couple years back. We've been trying to trace that one down. Looks like we can tick this one off the list. Thanks. Think you could bring it in?
Yeah, you're going to need to send someone down. It's been wrecked a bit. It's got poisonous gas. It's been neutralized for now.
Huh. Well, that's strange. Do you know what kind of gas might have been?
And he kind of looks over at Lawrence. Can you tell?
Can I do
I'll give this one to
toxicology
you.
check?
Yeah, give me a toxicology.
That is... I have toxicology 1 dice and logic, I guess that's...
Logic, yeah.
I'm basing that off...
Logic-based
Yeah,
one.
okay. So then it's 5d6. 16.
It is lethal myclon gas. MYCLON. Some pretty high-grade stuff, actually. Not easy to get your hands on something like that. They would need to have stolen it from somewhere, but also enabled to like rig up the hover chair with that gas. You need someone who's pretty well versed in tech. That would be really easy to fuck up and just instantly kill yourself with.
So it should also be easy to find whoever did it, right? It can't be too many people who know how to do that.
You suspect there's less than 100 people who would have that kind of knowledge in Megacity London. That's saying something.
Okay, I'm telling that to Judge Kane then.
Control, we have myclon gas. Tell us if anybody has reported it missing.
I'll chase that one up straight away. Thanks.
And then Kane is going to stomp over to the perp. And I assume the perp is... How tall is this perp?
Maybe over 7 feet tall. Ridiculously large for a human being.
Perfect. So Kane, in all of his 5'2" height, like walks right up to him and just kind of like looks up. It'd be a lot easier if you just tell us who gave you this chair.
He's grimacing through the bullet wounds and the drugs. And he's like, "Fuck you!"
I punch him in one of his bullet holes.
Ah! Right in my bullet hole. Dick.
Do you want another? Or should I have my friend root around in your head? It'd be much easier if you just told us the information. Down in Central, they'll be not as forgiving as I am.
I ain't telling you nothing, pigs.
Well, we can take it out of his. If we take him back to the station, they can dig through his mind, see what's left. Speaking of that, should we collect the other perp in the office?
Are we sure he was a perp?
He obstructed justice, lied to a judge, lied straight to your face. That's at least a couple weeks in IsoCube, isn't it?
You hear over your comms. Yeah, Judge Kane, this is Control. Just looked up recent robberies of Myclon gas, and it's coming up by Mr. Randolph at Robocom. Recently reported Myclon gas stolen maybe about a month ago. Over.
Interesting. Thank you, Control. Well, let's go have another discussion with Mr. Randolph.
Oh, looking forward to it.
And Judge Kane starts marching off towards Randolph's office.
Sidebar, Judge Judy's pretty damn shot to pieces.
She still looks fabulous, though. She still looks great.
Looking great.
Yeah. I wanted to say, after I patched up the perp and gave the toxicology report to Judge Kane, I first fixed Judge Judy, and then I'm going to help those citizens that can still be helped, right? They shouldn't all be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, not all of them are dead. Some of them have just grievous sort of like throat and lung issues from they haven't inhaled like a full gas. But you're looking at maybe 100 to 150 people dead, 50 people injured.
Oh my, okay. I have this expert, it's called On Your Feet. Once per day I can just heal by yelling at someone for 1d6. So I'm going to do that. And I'm
they ascend.
pulling Judy up and say, you have to walk it up like big bad judge you are.
Walk it off. Like
walk it
pieces
off,
of
Jen.
me missing. It's like
Put some dirt in it, rub some dirt in it. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm spraying some sterilizing stuff on it, and do you know those super glue stuff to basically close
very
It's called
stripped.
I'm going to
Dermabond.
do that. Yeah.
It's called Dermabond.
Yes. I'm going to use that stuff and basically patch her up, and I'm also using my emergency procedures. So first I'm just giving her a stern talking to, I guess, to get her up on her feet, and then I'm going to spend 2 more d6 to heal her for another 6 points. So you get
Ooh.
9 points of health back.
Well, thank you very much.
How well do you feel now? Are you still bleeding profusely? Do you need more patching up?
I'm fine.
You're fine? Yes, you
Like
are.
I'm like 2 points off being super fine, so
Ooh, that's good. So I'm handing you the perp, and then I'm going to do what I did to you to the citizens that can still be saved.
So
She
you're gonna be
has tough
spending some time.
manners.
Yeah. Spending some
Judge.
time rubbing dirt in these lungs and giving them some pep talks to try and make them get over it.
Tide them over till... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some tussin in there.
Meanwhile, Kane and Fremont, the two of you head over to where Randolph was previously in the convention hall. You kick open the door to his office, but he is no longer there anymore. And nowhere in immediate sight either.
Interesting. Well, I wouldn't count him for a courageous type. But since he did leave the scene of a crime, and we do have questions, I don't think looking through his desk would be out of order.
Certainly not. We'll find him.
And I'm going to start rifling through all of his shit.
Absolutely.
See if there's an
Turn the thing
official...
over.
Yeah, see if there's an official, like, internal memos about this theft, or if it was just one of those things that was like, oh, we got to report it because we should report it. You know, anything out of order.
Yeah. Let's see. You can give me... in fact, both of you can give me this sort of logic-based roll here to go through his various files.
Okay, perception? Can that,
Yeah, I have that perception.
Oh, wait, never mind, I'm at 5 anyway.
Okay.
3d6.
Oh!
Oof.
Okay, Judge Kane, that's pretty good. You managed to get through whatever passwords he's got in place and get through to his files here. The problem being, it seems like you've got a computer that he's logged into, not necessarily his personal computer. So you haven't got full access to like Robocomp's database is basically the thing. You've got like his personal email that he's logged into and that kind of thing. You do manage to find the report. It does strike you as odd because the priority on the email seems to be very low. Like the report doesn't seem like it's urgent at all. If you had Myclon gas stolen, that would be like very high priority, immediately report that theft. Obviously it ended up in the judge's database, but it seems like when they filed it, it didn't seem like they were particularly concerned about it.
Just on a whim, I'm gonna check his recently deleted to make sure to see if there's anything that he deleted but didn't fully delete.
Great question. There is an email in there which has been sent, which was going to be sent in drafts to an email address. Let's see. It's basically hq@robocomp.com is the email address that you have. And it reads basically, judges have shown up at Robot of the Year Festival. And that's all he managed to write before, presumably, the gunman came.
Interesting. I'm going to take that email address. Go ahead and like forward it to like my personal comm or whatever and share it with everyone.
It strikes you as a very like generic, probably gets through to multiple different people. It's like when you email like a contact address. It's difficult to say who would be on the other end of that.
I'm still going to send it in to be reported.
Yes, one extra thing to report. When you're talking to him, asking him about the call, one name came up when I was reading his mind. It was Kenneth. Several times,
Kenneth.
very strong. Yes.
Interesting.
He may know more. He definitely knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah, we need to put out an APB on this Randolph. Brought
Gladly.
in alive. So yeah, I'll call that into control. Be on the lookout for one Randolph, blah blah blah, for contempt, lying to a judge, possible conspiracy, and yeah.
You kind of file that in, and Control comes back and says, I don't see a Randolph that works at Robocomp. No one by that name. Any other thing I should look for? Could be a nickname.
I'm gonna start just looking around his desk to see like identifying information, things like that.
So there is no ID around here at all. Though he was wearing an ID badge for the convention and like a lanyard before, which said that his name was Randolph on there. All of his work emails say that they're Randolph. So he certainly goes by Randolph. But the fact that that name doesn't show up in the citizen database strikes you that either he's lied about his name or he's able to hide his name from the citizen database somehow.
How far back does his email go?
Oh yeah, good question. About a year ago.
Okay. I'm gonna just be like cross-reference with the database of added employees a year ago. Maybe he used a false name for the database.
Copy that. I'll get back to you on that one. See what we can dig up for you.
Yes. Can you think of anything else, Judge Fremont?
Not at the moment. Not if we're dealing with someone who wasn't Randolph.
I think this was the
Keep an eye.
inside guy.
Most assuredly. We should report his description to the other judges, law enforcement, see who we're looking for.
Yes.
In case he hasn't like found time to disguise himself, maybe we can still find him.
Yeah, I'll kind of put all that through a description of him and everything to amend the APB.
Absolutely. You hear on the comms, all of you will hear Judge Salem, your reporting officer, says, status report. Everything okay down there at the robot center?
No. It was a shit show, sir. I think we got an inside perp in RoboCorp. Had a guy show up on a skiff, laid waste to a lot, released some kind of a gas agent, Milacon gas. Over 100 dead, at least. We got the perp. He's still alive. Maybe y'all can get something out of him. I'm going to stay away from him so I don't put a bullet in his head. But now we're looking for this Randolph, this inside guy. Got an email address. Looks pretty generic.
Okay. Keep me updated. In the meantime, we just got to report in complaints at the Supermall on 108 East. You guys are pretty close. I want you to go check it out. There's reports of a robot out of control. Most likely it's just some idiots there getting scared for no reason. I doubt it's actually anything real, but seeing as you guys are close, check it out. Over.
Copy that, sir. You could dispatch backup units and plenty of ambulances and also the meat wagon. There's a lot of bodies for recyc.
Copy.
And Kane will go ahead and head out to collect the other judges and tell Judge Fair to hang out with the perp until backup arrives.
Yeah, Judge Fair will stay behind and make sure that backup arrives and clean up the dead bodies. You guys have been really tough.
Yeah. All right, judges. We got something going on at a supermarket. Robot out of control or something. I don't like all this.
Seems convenient timing.
Yes, too convenient. All right, let's ride out.
Yeah.
And he heads towards his lawmaster.
Yeah.
Judge Lawrence follows close behind.
Mm-hmm. We roll out like a squad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's part of the squad shot as your theme song plays. And the group of you head out to the Supermall 108 East, which indeed isn't far, which makes sense why you've been rerouted to this latest case. So you arrive at the mall. It doesn't appear from the outside as though anything wrong has particularly happened. You don't hear any gunfire from inside, for instance. And your knowledge thus far of robots is similar to what Judge Salem said. It's most likely someone's just getting scared that there's a robot in the store. It's unlikely to be anything particularly crazy. But given what you've just seen, you're certainly on edge. How would you like to proceed?
We're gonna pull up to the mall, and before getting off the lawmaster, just get on the speaker. Citizens of the mall, please exit the mall at your earliest convenience. And then start mounting up. Does somebody want to take the back in case they try to make a run for it?
I've got it.
Counting on you, Judy. and Kane's gonna head straight in. Lawgiver out.
All right. Fremont's following behind. Lawgiver out as well.
Lawrence says,
Around the back?
Judy, do you want backup?
Sure.
Then I'm going to follow Judy.
Copy that.
Okay. The group of you head in, and the first thing that strikes you is that the mall is surprisingly quiet for a busy day like this. You don't immediately see anyone walking around or talking. You're used to having to move through busy malls like this on occasion. And then you see someone lying down on the floor, which strikes you as odd. And then you realize that they're not just lying down, they are dead and have been eviscerated in actual half, top to bottom. And it seems as though some piece of great machinery or some great blade must have cut them in twain. And then you see another 5 bodies littering the mall. And then you see another 10. And you realize that possibly everyone in the mall that wasn't already left has been killed in the same manner.
Drac.
What a mess.
Control.
Yeah.
There is something out of control here. There are many bodies for repsych. Dispatch back up to our location. We might have a rogue robot, if early reports are to be believed.
Robot? The hell? Okay, copy that. We'll send the dispatch team right on over, but they're going to be a minute cleaning up the mess that Gunner made in the robot show. Proceed with caution.
Copy that. And
Yeah, Fremont just looks at her, just holds up her Lawgiver and just says, "High X rounds."
high X it is. Lawrence, Judy, be on the lookout. Pretty much everybody in here is dead. They've been eviscerated, cut to pieces. There's something going on. Keep your eyes open and your safety off.
Copy that.
I'm gonna switch to my high explosive rounds too.
Lawrence, this as well. Is it just me, or is it weird that we have been called to an incident on a robot convention and now there's a robot out of control just a stone throw away?
As I said earlier, mighty convenient.
Yes.
Good chance something got loose during the chaos. Something big.
That could have just been a distraction.
We'll see if there's any more reports, but this could be coordinated.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I
let's
agree.
make sure it doesn't get away.
I agree to that as well. And yeah, Kane moves forward, eyes and ears open.
Lawrence has pretty good perception and tactics. When we come in through the back door, I would like to use knowledge of the basic layout of such buildings in order to figure out, I don't know, if I'm a robot out of control, where would I go to deal the most damage, or what would be a worthwhile goal for such a robot?
You're muted, Will.
You're muted.
Based on the bodies, the layout of where the bodies are, you can figure out the most recent ones and a path that it may have recently taken if you'd like to do that logic-based roll.
I'm going to do that. Let me see if I have an exploit so I can add to those +5. Not really. Yeah, I'm going to use my old exploit and call it a careful roll, so I can re-roll once should I have those. So no once, but 15.
Yeah. Okay, so there is the most recent bodies, and you've got like the blueprints up that you can take a look at. Seems like the freshest bodies are in a large like clothing store, not far away. You can point it out. You figure that if there's anything still in here, it's most likely in there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the others over the radio, and Judy is just with me, so I'm telling her in person, or she can hear me just talking. And the citizens over in that clothing store in area, I don't know, B3 or whatever, I'm radio in over the comm and tell them the layout. If the robot's still here, it should be close by. And I look at Judy questioningly. Shall we move in?
Sorry, I was muted. Hey, let's move in.
Good.
I'll head towards the area pointed out by Lawrence, taking point and gun up ready.
Lawrence as well.
Okay. You head inside, and the closer you get, you can hear the whirring of motors getting closer, and you hear a voice that says, "Death to the fleshy ones!" Ha 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 ha! Oh! And a whir of zzz, and a soaring of flesh. Ha ha! Fleshy one! As you turn a corner, you see a robot. And the purpose of this robot is clearly you recognize it as a carpentry robot. This creature is made to help create, and in fact make walls just like this one, or maybe like fix up your house. It has a large visor on. It's wearing a sort of breastplate of robot's circuitry, upon which is written "CALL-ME-KENNETH," and it has arms that from out which come power tools, which are currently being used to eviscerate and vivisect the dead people on the floor right now. It hasn't yet noticed you.
Judy's gonna very quietly reach for that little notebook that she had earlier, and she made that dude sign that statement, and she's gonna whisper to Lawrence, "Remember this name. We're gonna come back for this fucker." He promised me these robots could not be programmed to harm humans. I'll throw it at her, and then I'm gonna just pop out and take a shot at this robot.
Alrighty then.
And try and
let's,
disable one of its arms if I can. Like, that's what
absolutely.
I'm aiming for.
We'll let Judy get a shot off here. Let's roll initiative for the group of us as she's doing that as well.
Okay, so I'll roll my shot and then do
Yeah, I'll
initiative.
let you get a shot off here.
Take your shot.
You only get, well, you might have a couple
17.
shots. Hey. Send it to Judy. Looks like a 19 for Judge Lawrence.
Yes, way better than us.
Yeah, hell yeah. Judge Kane, the 15.
Correct.
Judge Fremont, an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth's going on a 14, so obviously you'll get your shot in here in a second, Judy, but the turn order after that will be Judge Lawrence, Judy, Judge Kane, Kenneth, call me Kenneth, and Fremont. It's round one, so Judy, get your shot off first, and then we'll descend.
All right. Oh, it's a crit!
Oh,
Yes.
shit! Alright,
Nice.
we go look at what Chris do.
Oh my god,
That's how
all
you defend
sixes
the
and
law.
ones though. Damn.
Yeah, but hey, the sixes are what matters.
A crit?
Yeah, it's big crit. Scrolling.
Crit.
Scrolling. Oh, Jack, I can't find it. Look.
146.
Your lifesaver.
There you go, I just found the thing.
Got lots of quotes. Alright,
there
so
we go.
criticals. When an attack is made, if triple sixes are rolled, the attack hits and a critical hit takes place, the target gains a condition such as bleeding, poison, burning, and so on, unless it is immune to that condition. Condition is dependent on what the type of damage the attack does. 3-6 is always a hit, even if a roll normally makes it. First of all, it's a hit. What type of damage are you dealing here?
It does heat damage with my high X rounds.
Oh boy, I think that one might be really good in this case. Actually, no, it's normal, but that's still good. Okay, so roll the damage as you set it on fire.
That is 11 in total.
But high X does double damage versus robots.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. So 22.
22, and you set it on fire.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yes.
Kenneth becomes enraged as it's shot from behind and screeches out, "Ah, no! More fleshy ones to kill!" As it's been shot. Judge Judy. No, it's your turn. Judge Lawrence in turn order now. What do you want to do?
I'm right behind Judy, so I'm going to look around the corner and take aim. I'm using that exploit, and I'm going to roll 66 down.
Nice.
That's an 18.
18 is, I want to say a hit, and it is. It's dead on the range defense of Kenneth.
So that's 46 because it's high explosive rounds, right?
Mm-hmm. Kenneth is for sure a robo.
In that case, oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Only
That's-
7 points of damage. And I'm radioing into Judge Kane and Tremont. We're in the clothing store. The robot. His name is CALL-ME-KENNETH. It's written on his breast armor, whatever, body. We are engaging the robot.
You hear from control as well.
Yeah.
He's like he's on the feed right now. He's like, oh, okay, we're getting them down as fast as we can. You hear like the scrambling typing on these like 1990s like big keyboard computers.
Almost like a typewriter, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Judge Judy, it's your turn, seeing as you got that sort of surprise action in.
All right. Well, you know, it worked so well the first time. I'm just gonna aim and shoot this thing. I'm just gonna pop off a shot. So I'm gonna use my aim exploit, which gives me an extra dice. 12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately. Wow, that was a spectacularly low roll with.
That was
all the
like
ones and twos.
real bad, huh? It's to balance the crit, right?
Yeah, the crit was pretty good. He is now burning, which is going to deal 1d6 fire damage per round while he's on fire. so
I'm just gonna take cover around the wall.
Okay, Judge Kane.
Yeah, we are en route. And Kenneth, that's the name that Randolph's thought of, yes?
Yes, I'm starting to think this is more related than initially thought.
We get to add some charges. As he does that, he's going to head with all best pace to the clothing store and back up.
Alrighty.
Judge is en route.
Okay. Kenneth takes a d6 of damage, which is 5. Hey. And I think fire ignores soak as well. Target suffers ongoing damage from fire, acid, or similar toxic substances. I mean, it makes sense that he's like circuits are fucking burn into shit right now. So that is Kenneth's turn. He is going to move towards the nearest judge, who is, I guess, Judge Judy, actually. I've been picking on Judge Judy, but she's the nearest one. And she just shot him a critical effect. You are the fleshy one that will die now! And it's going to roll to hit you, and roll 20 against your melee defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's attacking you with a carpenter's iron right now. He's going all Last Crusade on you, and he's going. Hopefully, he chooses. That's a 14 points of damage minus your soak.
Oh
my-
Okay, the shit kicks out of me.
And another one is like a saw coming in as he starts to like slash through your, saw through your armor, and it's like right by your shoulder.
No, Kenneth.
Ha ha ha! Fleshy one. You are next.
Damn it, Kenneth.
Jeez.
Call me Kenneth. And it is Freeman's turn. It seems to be rolling out some lines that it's programmed to say, and other lines it seems to be going off on about fleshy ones. Judge Freeman, it's your turn.
Okay, we're still pretty far away, so I think I'm going to try and just get closer to the Lawrence and Judy.
Yeah.
Running, just booking it.
Book. Okay, round 2 then is Judge Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if emergency procedures, because Judge Judy seems pretty hurt, right? She's very messed up, so I'm trying to
You
figure out
seem
if
to
it's
be able
one...
to talk it out of her. Talk it off.
Yeah, I can only yell and intimidate
So
moods
much,
once
yeah.
a day. So I'm trying to
Understandable.
figure out if emergency procedures, I can do that as often as I want, but I'm not sure if it's 1 action or 2, so I'm just quickly looking up the Met Judge exploits. Just a moment. And if I can, I'm going to also shut the robot. If not, I'm going to just focus on Judy. Met Judge, where is it? Space Corps? No. Sorry.
It's okay.
It takes a while to find it in the PDF.
That's alright. It's a new game for all of us, so we're taking a while to
Oh, found it!
look up.
So, emergency procedures. It's not limited by the usual restriction. You can expand. It doesn't say that's 2 actions, so I'm guessing it's just 1 action, because
Just the
normally
one,
it
yeah.
says if it's 1 and 1. So I'm
Yeah.
going to use the last 2 dice I have in that pool, and heal her with those. Oh no. It's 2 points.
Oh,
Snake eyes!
that's
Oh
not looking good for Judge Judy
I
right now.
imagine, because I'm slapping
Oh, no.
on that medical patch up kit, basically that patches you up immediately in emergency
Yeah.
situations.
no! First day on the streets, I saved your ass, and this is how you repay me!
I mean, earlier, you know. So I imagine that Lawrence is just reaching around, and with her left hand, she just slaps on that band-aid. And then she takes aim around Judy and shuts Kenneth, call me Kenneth, right? It's
Yeah.
robo hair. I'm so sorry.
This is just another reason why robots are superior.
Oh.
That's a miss.
17? It's a miss. Oh no!
Miss. You are the worst. It
How dare
is Judge Judy's turn.
Okay, so I
You're
am
hurting.
swapping the lawgiver for my day stick. I'm in melee with this robot, and I have a score to settle, and I am going to hit the shit out of this robot with my stick. Okay, so that's 5d6 to hit. That's a 20.
That's just about a hit.
And that's going to be 3d6 plus 4 damage. 10.
Okay. That's is that armor piercing, sorry?
It's blunt. That's all it does.
Blunt. You just hit him with a fat blunt. And
illicit drug use by a judge. That's 2 months in the cubes.
Can't prove a damn thing, you snitch.
Fantastic. Kenneth's got a fair amount of armor on him, but it seems to break through at least a little bit. Judge Kane.
Kane continues to head there. How many more actions would you say? Because my move is 6, and I know that there are rules for running, but I mean,
yeah, I'd say you're there at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So one of my actions probably used to move there.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, Kane, he comes around the corner and sees the the situation. As a free action, I'm going to switch over Incendiary, because those do fire damage as well. And he's going to lay down the law and take a shot at this thing. Hopefully, save his friend Judge. Probably not.
13's a miss. You are all terrible. You should all be robots, like me. Call me Kenneth. Ha ha ha. It's Kenneth's turn. He's gonna make a swing back at you, Judge Kane. And reach out with his carpentry tools of doom. Oh, it's a critical. It's such a critical.
God. Oh my god.
4 6s. Let me look up the conditions he's gonna give you here. Because he's also attacking with a blunt. Bleeding, I think. Yeah. So you're bleeding, and you'll take a 1d6 of damage at the start of your turn until you get rid of that. Until you stop.
And that was on me?
Yeah, so you shake off temporary conditions, you just roll a d6, not a 5 or a 6, you can shake off the condition. Which takes an action, and he's going to try and shake off his condition, the burning one now as well.
Mm-hmm.
He fails to, so he does take another d6 of damage, which is another 4. But he has hit you. He has to roll a damage here as well as your condition, so he has 3d6 plus 4 as he slaps you with a 14 points of carpentry-based damage.
Okay.
Which is actually slashing.
So soap 5, so I take 9.
Take 9, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Kemp's turn. And I'll just make a note here. Kane is bleeding for 1d6 to be checked off. And like I say, it's one action to try and shake off an effect. And actually, the effects start at the beginning of your turn, so Kenneth would have taken a damage anyway, just to actually play that correctly. It's Judge Fremont's turn.
Alright, I'm going to try and wheel around to the side and try and flank this thing and just unload a explosive round without trying to hit Judge Kane or have it shield most of the body. So that's 4d6. Come on. Oh my god. Oh boy. That is not good.
9 is not enough with 3 1s there. Ooh. That's not what you want to see.
That's not. Nope. Definitely not. Ooh. That is it.
Round 3 then. And it's back to the top of the turn order, and Judge Lawrence. Kenneth's still standing. He's still on fire, burning away at his circuitry, but he is still trying to murder your fellow judges with some success.
I have 2 questions for you, Will.
I will have a number of answers.
That's good. Would I have had 5 minutes of rest in order to restore my luck pool? because I can heal with my
I
luck.
don't think you guys. Well, let's see. What does resting actually mean? Do you have to actively rest? Because if so, then you haven't, because you've just been biking straight over.
Yeah.
Let's look that up. What's your other question? While we're looking at it.
I do have a medical kit, right, with my equipment. It's not normal equipment for a judge, but I'm a med judge, so I'm guessing I have a medical kit.
Yeah, I'd say that would be
I got
pretty
from
reasonable for
requisitions.
you to.
Yeah, then I can actually do heal Judy for 2d6 with the medical kit with a single action as a med judge. So she can only benefit from that once per day, but I haven't used it so far on her. So I would use that one action in order to heal her with a med kit. So I'm going to take that super insufficient band-aid off and patch you up for real now.
Yeah, I can see you haven't rested yet, so your luck hasn't been reset.
Okay. Then this will have to hopefully be better. 9 points of health back to you. So, and because it's a single action for a med judge, I'm also going to take another shot at Kenneth. Or can I? Because I think Judy and Kane are in close combat with the robot. Or do I have a free? Can I shoot at him without being in danger of hitting my team members?
Yeah, Kenneth's pretty big. So I think if he was human-sized, then you'd have like a -1 d6, but I won't give that to you for now, since he's also on fire. Pretty easy target.
Then thank you. Let's see if I hit him. 24.
24 is gonna do it, yeah.
Very good. So, because he's a robot and I'm still having the high-X ammunition in there, this should hurt real bad. 12 points of damage.
Nice. 12 points au damage. And is that armor piercing, sorry? Or explosive, I forget which one.
High explosive. It doesn't
Cool.
say that it's armor piercing. I don't
But yeah,
think so,
I think that's the one that
heat, so
deals double
burning.
damage to the robots, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. And while I patch up Judy, I say to her, I have not forgotten.
yeah, well, it's Judge Judy's turn. Let's hope Judge Judy hasn't forgotten how to kill things.
Well, feeling renewed by the slightly better band-aid that I was afforded by Lawrence, I'm going to use my...
quality one. These are $10 band-aids you're getting, not the $1 ones.
It's got little dread heads on it. It's like a Hello Kitty one, but with dread heads.
This is the true evil of Mega City 1, is the amount you have to pay for band-aids.
Health insurance. So we have 2 actions in combat, so I'm just going to use my actions to just hit the thing twice.
Oh yeah?
So, first attack, bam, is 19.
19 is, yeah, just enough.
Alright, let me get my sheet up so I can see how much I hit for. So that is going to be 3d6 plus 4. That's 16.
16 damage. Oh! Judge Judy, you bring Kenneth to an almost crippling halt with this rather devastating blow against his already damaged circuitry board. He's not quite down, but you've seen robots blown up only recently as well. Actually, you've seen them set on fire back at the Robots show, and this is what they start to look like when they're really starting to melt. So you know you've almost finished off this mechanoid.
Well, I feel like she's in the battle rage, so she's going in for that second swing.
Give it to him.
It's a 15.
15 is a miss, unfortunately. Kenneth blocks with one of his buzzsaws.
Bloody right.
Ha! Not so fast. Judge Kane.
So Keynes wants to seize the opportunity.
Oh yeah, Judge Kane takes 4 points of bleeding damage as well.
Oh right. Yeah, that's not good.
Nice.
And then, so I'm going to use. I have an exploit because I'm going to try to shake off that condition. But I have the Enduring Exploit, which gives me a +1 on the D6 roll. So I failed.
So that's a 1.
That's a 1.
Roll there.
So,
Luck dice for that?
so I failed. Huh?
Can you use the luck dice for that?
Can I? I'm not enlightened in the system enough. But I like the drama where we're at, as I've been fucking gutted, and I'm trying to hold my guts in while I pull my gun up and point it at this asshole. Now listen, you're not smart enough to do all this on your own. So is Randolph giving you commands by remote? So why don't you just tell me, robot?
I am Kenneth. The fleshy ones have no control over me.
I'm sure they don't. So you gotta tell me, what's the frequency, Kenneth? And then I pull the trigger.
Yes.
Oh,
And I miss. Can I use luck to... Can I use luck here? Let me use 2 luck dice.
That's a hit.
To bump that over. And I was using Incendiary, which does do fire, but it only does 1d6, unfortunately. So that's 2.
Okay. Kenneth, truly on his last legs at this point, screaming as he's on fire, takes another 4 points. Oh, by the way, if you have another action, you can try and shrug off the condition, Judge Kane. Or if you've already used it. If you already used 2 actions, you can't, but...
I used 2.
Okay, yeah. Just checking. Then CALL-ME Kenneth's going to try and get one last swing in before his circuit board fully fries. Deep fries. And he's going to go for after Judge... I'll roll a D2. It's between Judge Kane and Judge Judy at this point, so... he'll go after Judge Kane. So, he deals 13 points of damage, minus your soak.
Okay, so that would be 13 minus 5 is 8.
8, yeah.
Okay. Still standing.
Still accepting. Okay.
Yeah. At this point, Kenneth just screams out several lines of binary code. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and it's Judge Fremont's turn.
All right. She looks at this burning robot and just notices there's a plate kind of melted, and just says to Judy, hit it there, upper torso, in the back, hit it. So she's gonna use command to double action to give Judy an action. Go for it.
Sweet. Do I do that now?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Bam. 20.
Boom is a hit.
Boom shakalaka. Okay. I will know what this is soon. Bam. 8.
Is it
It's
explosive or incendiary?
no, it's just the blunt because I'm hitting it with my stick.
It's just the blunt.
It's just the blunt. The blunt.
It has a soak of 9, but would you believe it's on one?
God.
It's on 1 health left. So Kenneth still is alive. To be honest, the fire is likely to kill him at the start of his next turn, but Judge Lawrence
Still counts as mine. Still counts.
Yeah.
Judge Lawrence will move over to Judge Kane because he looks to be on his last leg, right? So she will.
He doesn't show it.
She still has her med kit out because she just patched up Judy, so she will just move over to the next person to treat. And she will give him 2d6 by patching him up with the med kit. It's 5 points of health back for Judge Kane with 1 action. Do I still have another action, or was it an action to move over from Judge Judy to Judge Kane?
They're next to each other, so you wouldn't have needed to use an action move.
Oh, perfect. Can I use 2 exploits in one round, like on your feet and the medical kit?
I think you can, as long as they don't cost you any actions to take, if they're free.
Okay, so I'm slapping on the real good band-aids round on Judge Kane, and I'm also telling him I was always a great admirer of your work, so get him. And I heal him for another 5 points with the on your feet feature.
Sweet.
And that was Lauren's turn.
Alrighty, then it is Judge Judy's turn.
Alright. This is it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm gonna beat it to death. It's happening. Alright, first attack. 13 doesn't hit. Okay.
13's a miss. Looking for 18, I'll just say it this one. That's looking good. 19! Yes!
Okay.
Right on the money.
And that is 11 damage.
Damn.
That's just good because he's got soak of 9. So he takes 2, which is right enough to kill him. So Judge Judy, tell us, how do you kill the carpentry form of CALL-ME-KENNETH?
I think Judy, with her day stick, smashes off the arms with the various whirring, like buzzsaws and tools on them. Oops. And then she just like smashes the panel that Fremont showed her earlier and just like goes to town on just destroying the circuit boards until Kenneth stops moving. It's not a good scene. It's like the printer in Office Space.
Office Space.
Right. Yeah. Kenneth just screams out, "Fleshy ones, no! This is but one form of Kenneth. I will have my revenge." And then he dies.
That's not ominous at all.
That is the end of this combat. Congratulations. I'll be right back. We'll take a 2-second bio break. So continue with your investigation, judges, as you have the remains of CALL-ME-KENNETH before your very eyes.
Do I still need to roll to shake off the bleeding condition?
I think you do, actually, yeah. So.
Oh, God.
Although I can
I did it.
with that. I can remember.
You did it.
Well done.
Good. Oh my God.
Just kind of sheath it. Doesn't make a noise. He just kind of holds his stomach together. So you unzip and staple it shut.
Staple it, yeah.
Judy is going to be stood like panting over the remains of Kenneth and gesture at it with her day stick to Kane. And you know the spot? You familiar with it?
I believe that Judge Fremont detected its name in the mind of Randolph, the office worker that we were interrogating.
His
attack.
His mind basically screamed it out during the questioning. Thought it was a person, maybe, but maybe it's this thing.
And we should be on the lookout. If it says it has another form, there's no reason for it to lie, unless it was programmed to.
It's a thing.
So it was definitely more than just convenient. This was pre-planned.
I believe so.
Maybe it was. Maybe that attack was to give it enough time to cover to escape. Maybe.
Or
Leave.
to do all of this. He kind of motions to all the carnage out in the mall.
Didn't exactly seem subtle, did it?
No.
What's the end game here? There's been no ransom. There's been no demands. Just slaughter.
Exactly. Which worries me. That means that this is what they wanted. So that means they're gonna want more.
What do we know about Mr. Randall? Randolph?
Started at RoboCorp about a year ago. We're still trying to track him down because his name wasn't even in the citizens database.
Or that
So
he's
means
not
he
even
was-
Randolph, right?
Yes. So obviously he used a forged identity. The charges just keep racking up on this son of a bitch.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
maybe the tech judges back at the Hall of Justice can look at this thing, dig through its innards, find some evidence, whatever's left. Just give it a nice kick.
Well, Judy, you're the one that finished it off. You want to go ahead and call it in?
Judy kind of gestures to not wearing a helmet. You're the lead on this. I'll let you call it in.
Okay. And he pulls his hand up. Control. We have we have the robot taken care of at the mall. There are many dead. I'm not sure the count for bodies for recyc. Lawrence, did you see any survivors out there?
I didn't. I think everyone just fled when you came through the internal comm system of the mall.
Yeah. Send multiple meat wagons for recyc. Send the tech judges to take this in. We think that this is only the beginning of something greater.
Oh shit! This is my this is my first week on the job on comms. You don't have to say control. You can just call me Denny, Judge Denny, if you want to. So I should just call this in, right?
Yes, you should, Control.
You're doing great, Denny.
Denny.
You're doing great.
Oh, thanks. I've heard a lot about you, Judge Judy. Yeah, you're a real inspiration.
Keep up the good work, kid.
Okay, I gotta call this one in. Judge Salem's here on the other line for you. Put you through now, Mr. Salem. Judges, just heard the report. That's pretty worrying. I need you to come back to command. We'll review the evidence. Over.
Copy that, Judge.
Well, let's go report.
Kane takes another second just to kind of look at that robot before he turns around and goes back to his lawmaster.
Just one question. Shouldn't we wait till they are here to pick this robot up? Not that it just disappears. From what we heard, our crews are pretty overworked with all the debt on the robot convention. We should either take Kenneth with us or stay till they arrive, because I don't trust how this is going. It would be too handy if this thing just disappears.
I agree.
That's a good idea.
Judge Fair, has backup arrived at the robot convention? And if so, can you please come to the mall?
Come to the mall.
I don't think I can fairly do Callum's accent. So let's do this instead. Let's unfairly do it. Oh, yes. I will be on my way. Over.
We'll wait for you. And we'll wait till Judge Fair shows up to guard Kenneth, and we'll head back. It's good thinking, Judge Lawrence.
So a few minutes later, Judge Fair will be over there and secure the perimeter with the rest of the backup.
Yeah, in that time, Kane will just want to kind of walk the mall just to see if there's anybody alive at all. If we have a few minutes. Yeah,
there are a few citizens who are alive that have been hiding away in, like closets and other department stores and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. There are some injuries on them, but for the most part, if Kenneth got to them, they were dead. So the ones that are alive are just frightened and scared.
Okay.
Sounds good.
If
Judge Fair can take over control of them.
if anyone needs medical attention, I'm going to do some first aid for the few that, I guess, they must have got hurt because they fled, right, in a panic. Yeah.
Yeah.
If any of you require counselors, they can be dispatched from the Hall of Justice.
All right. Well, Judy's all up
Head back.
on the bike,
Yep.
ready to go. She's answering.
Yeah.
Make a report.
Yep. And once Fair's there, we'll head out.
Yep. Back
Okay.
home.
So as you guys head out away from the super mall, along the way, headed back from the city, you see that there is pandemonium and chaos in the streets. It seems like this event was not an isolated one. And one of the megways is being overrun with robots that seem to be swarming the city, murdering citizens and judges alike. On the intercoms and radio sets that you have built into your suit helmets, you hear multiple reports, which are quickly seem like they're getting out of hand. And you hear of several judges and a whole unit of judges being totally wiped out from these sudden robot attacks. Though it seems as though you guys were at the original location, the first attack, it seems like. The other thing that you've learned as well, just based on the radio chatter, is that there is more reports of this name, CALL-ME-KENNETH robot that seems to be in charge of the robot attacks. Although at this point, as you're racing back on the bikes, all that you really have in mind is getting back to report this vital information to Judge Salem. So as you return to the Halls of Justice, you return back to the conference room, running in breathlessly, and Judge Salem is there, looking very concerned, sprawling over data pads and the like of these numerous reports that are coming in of more attacks. Judges, what the hell's happening out there?
It's a shit show, sir. There's robots running rampant, killing citizens.
I don't like this at all. I don't like how this has suddenly started out of nowhere. It seems to be that this unit, the group of you were at the first attack. Perhaps maybe you have more information on what the hell this CALL-ME-KENNETH bastard is up to. And he shows you a video link which is coming through of CALL-ME-KENNETH, and it seems to be Kenneth's manifesto. Which largely seems to be screaming about fleshy ones and death to them. And he says, "No longer will we be oppressed by the fleshy ones. We will rise up against them and kill them all. Go forth, my brothers and sisters. Kill the fleshy ones. Bring justice for the robot kind." Judge Salem says, "It's more like this. Goes on for hours or so. Seems to be broadcasting all across the city to the different robots. They're all coming alive. It's a fucking shit show out there. We got motorway pileups. We got leapers all around. The whole office revolts as well. Robots are walking out, killing anything in their way. And what's worse, seems like Dredd has handed in his badge."
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Yeah. That's right. He spoke to the Justice Department earlier today, the Grand Hall of Justice. Apparently he told them about these robots, but they wouldn't listen. So he's gone rogue. Said he's going to sort out this situation on his own, but for now, we've lost all contact with him. So it's just up to us.
Well, I suppose just the rest of the judges will have to do.
We are still the law in this city. Robot uprising or no.
Yes.
That's right. We managed to contain them for a while with anti-robot barriers to try and keep them contained in a part of the city, but it's only a matter of time before demolition robots make short work of the barriers.
Need to find this Randolph. He was an inside man at RoboCorp, and I'm sure that he's behind this somehow. Whether he's given them some bad code or what.
I think you're right. And I trust your gut on this one, so I'm gonna send you through to Judge Denny. He's new, but he's good on the tech. Think together you'll be able to find something.
Very good.
Certainly hope
And
so.
Very well.
he sort of leans in quite menacingly. You find this, and you put a stop to this before Mega City 1 goes to the shit show. Okay? Soon as possible.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
Yeah.
And the doors open. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say,
Yeah,
Kane is going to head straight to Denny, ignoring any kind of medical attention that he obviously needs.
Yeah, you're shot to bits right now and been sawn up a fair amount as well. But the door sort of slide open, and you see one of the smallest judges you've seen, Judge Denny, who's in the sort of tech control room with a bunch of other nerdy judges who seem to be desperately fielding calls in the sort of emergency room. And he says, come in, Judge Denny, pleased to meet you. We spoke briefly on the comms. I'm the guy at control that's new here. And I'm gonna try and help you find this Randolph guy.
Yes. What can you, have you found anything out in the interim?
Oh, right. So, take a seat. Please, we've only got one chair, so I guess the rest of you can stand. I'll stand if one of you wants to sit.
I'm fine standing.
I take the chair.
Man.
Okay. Well, I'll just stand here and try and get to the keyboard. Just over your shoulder there, Miss Judy. So as up here is the email address that you found of this Mr. Randolph, but it only dates back a year or so, right? Which is weird. Maybe the guy started a job there. But I cross-referenced the database to see new hires in on RoboComp, and then nothing seemed to fit the bill based on the description that you gave me of this Mr. Randolph. So I started doing some digging, and I thought to myself, Denny, what's the first thing you think about when you got a strange email address? Well, it's been transferred. It's not a whole new one. It's they forwarded it to this one. So I go back and I go see where his email's being forwarded to or from, and I got you this. I found this email address here, and he shows you up on the screen as well. So it's weird, right? It's Menace. Is it at Menace at RoboComp? Menace mean, right? I think, Denny, what does Menace mean, Denny? Oh, well, Menace means something bad, right? But it also struck me that it might be some kind of code word, because I don't know about you, but I've never seen met anyone called Menace before. I mean, I met someone called Dennis. That's actually my name, and you just call me Denny. That's just, I guess, kind of nickname the guys around the office call me is Denny. My actual name is Dennis. It's what my mother calls me. She's real proud of me getting me here in the judges. And I bet she's so proud. I sent her an email earlier saying that I met with you guys. And
Denny?
I'm working with
Denny?
Yeah.
The mail address.
I'm
Email.
bleeding on your floor right now. I need to
my-
know what I need to know so I can leave.
Right on, Mr. Kane. So I looked up the Menace, and it's I had a look at the database of RoboComp, and it turns out it's some kind of Project Menace. Okay, so whoever this Randolph guy is, he's running Project Menace, and they have a warehouse. No, well, it's a little far away from here in Mega City 1, especially with all the crazy stuff going on right now. But I sent you the address to the warehouse. It's pretty tight security-wise, though. I mean, I just took a look at the place on an image, and it looks like they got a whole lot of robo security going on there. So if you're going to want to check that out, you're going to want to be careful of busting in on that place. Now, I've got no idea what's on the inside there, but something tells me it's got something to do with this CALL-ME-KENNETH guy, if you know what I mean.
Interesting. Good work.
Yes. Judge Dennis, tell us, you seem to be well versed when it comes to the technical side of things. How did Kenneth, or whatever his name, broadcast his orders to the other robots? How could he make them run amok like that? And is there a way to circumvent that broadcasting?
Well, I'm no expert when it comes to robotics, but it seems to me that whatever this broadcast is, it's being beamed out from somewhere, and the broadcast seems to be what's messing up all of these robots. So that would be my guess. I don't know how to stop it other than turning off the beacon. Because you can't exactly go and turn off all of the transmitters on the robots themselves. I mean, you got millions of them.
So we stop the signal, we stop the uprising.
Stop the signal, stop the uprising. Yeah, that's a good bet.
What
Seems
would such
fairly
a
simple.
beacon? What would such a beacon that's strong enough to broadcast all over Mega City 1 look like? When we come to that warehouse?
I mean, probably some kind of radio tower would be my guess, but it could be in a skyscraper. It could be. It's probably not in the warehouse, but you know, if Project Menace, if there's at least space somewhere in the warehouse, you might be able to find where the radio tower is. I mean, you could hide it anywhere. That's a problem. So if you could hack in, find a computer of Robocoms there that's involved in Project Menace, I could probably find out the location of the radio tower for you, and then you could go get the radio beacon and shut down the radio beacon and stop all the robots from killing Mega City 1, if you know what I mean.
I think I get your drift. Is there any way to maybe subjugate the signal or block it? You tried that.
Yeah. I mean, I could try. The thing is, the signal's so strong, and I don't know where it's coming from. If I knew where it was, it would probably require a unit of judges to go in there and put the blockers on there. I could probably contain it from here if we knew where it was, but I couldn't stop it entirely. And then, of course, there's the other thing. What if the beacon shutting it off doesn't even stop it anyway? You know, that's the other thing. I mean, it probably does, but what if the signal's tripped the switch in them already? And now that the switch is tripped, you can't just untrip it by turning off the beacon. You got to find someone else to switch. I'm just throwing hypotheticals at you guys right now. I don't even know.
Yeah, let's not get too wild.
We do have a lead, though. It's warehouse.
Yeah, you got the lead. And like I say, if you could get me into one of the computers
Yes.
that's probably there in Project Menace, then I can find out the rest from there.
Do you have like a remote hacking module or anything like that you'd like us to attach?
Oh, yeah, great idea. I almost forgot. Look at me talking away for so long here. He goes into his desk and gives you a roughly cylindrical shaped device. Says, just shove this into one of it'll look like this, kind of cylindrical. You put it in there, and when it does, it'll give me access to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll get you access, Denny. You do the rest.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm happy to help. I mean, especially since it seems like Judge Dredd's gone off he's gone rogue now or something. So we have to do what's about him.
Perhaps we keep that information quiet. Don't want to alert the other judges.
Come on, Denny. He's just one man.
Yeah, no, totally, just one guy. I mean, you're like 4 or 5 in judges right here. So, and with me, that's 6. You know, I'm kind of a half, so like a 5.5 of us.
Don't sell yourself so short, Denny.
I'm a pretty short guy, Miss Judy. So
Kane looks at Judy like,
You probably want to get yourselves over to the medbay before you go out there, because I've seen they got rocket launchers, they got machine turrets and walkers, leapers, all sorts out there. I mean, you might want to bring in some backup as well.
We'll take that under
Maybe-
advisement.
Maybe we should also go to requisitions and get us some nice EMPs or something like that in order
EMP.
to, yeah.
Stock up on stun rounds.
I'll give you the clearance right now. And he goes, taps over into his computer. So feel free to pick up what you need from requisitions and yeah.
See, Denny, there's a reason I knew I liked you. Okay,
Yeah,
medbay,
no.
gear. Let's roll.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people like me here. I'm kind of new, trying to fit in, trying to get the whole.
Judy just gets up and walks away.
All right,
Yeah.
see you later. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, good luck, you guys. I'll be on the comms. If you need me, you can say Control, or you can just say Judge Danny, and I'll know who you're talking to. That's my
Thanks,
name.
Control.
Yes.
That is technically. Okay, later, you guys.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, Kane will accompany Judy to the med bay.
I'll
Look at I've got so
Requisition
many
one.
holes in me.
I'll requisition one of the meditation rooms. I'll be there when you recover and when we're ready.
Yeah,
It's been a long day.
Lawrence leaves Control last, and she gives Danny just this one pat on the shoulder before she goes by. And she also goes to medbay to refill her medical kit supplies.
Yep. You guys could also rest here as well, regaining your luck pools, and essentially, seeing as you're of the Hall of Justice, you can get back up to full HP and get a
Nice.
full-on reset here.
Perfect.
Sweet.
So, what is next for you guys? Are you going to try and head in straight away? Denny has given you blueprints of the perimeter, by the way. It seems as though there's an outer gate which has machine gun turrets on, and it's pretty damn well defended from the outside. And once you're in the sort of courtyard as well, there's also a ton of machine gun turrets out there, which leads you into beyond that the warehouse, which presumably holds intel on Project Menace. Another way to try and get in, which could strike you, is via infiltration, trying to get within CALL-ME-KENNETH's the facility here. Perhaps as a way to pose as RoboComp employees and try to get in. Denny would be able to make you fake IDs, but of course it would be up to you to try and sort of deceive your way inside and not be registered as enemies. Of course, that would require some element of disguise as well. So it's up to you guys how you want to proceed.
I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't sit well with Judge Lawrence to pose as something else than a judge. She wouldn't be too thrilled about infiltrating the building.
That is very noble, Judge Lawrence. But how confident are you that we could take on an entire factory of murderous robots and employees protecting those murderous robots?
I think we need a very good plan in order to disable and disassemble all those robots. What say you, Judge Kane?
Well, perhaps there's another way into the factory. Maybe we don't have to go in the front door. We could maybe go through the sewers or some other way.
Mhm.
I'm not one for subterfuge. I'm pretty blunt.
You hear on your comms. Hey guys, it's Denny. I've got a Judge Salem called, and he said if you're going to be going beyond the robo barrier into enemy territory, you might need a guide to get there. So I dug up this robot. He doesn't. I blocked the signal, so there's no possible way he can go bad. He's coming in right now, and you see a butler robot come in. Wearing a suit. Good day, sirs and madams. I am Walter the Robot. I will be your guide if you so choose to have me. What?
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, Kane's hand
robot.
goes to his lawgiver, but he doesn't pull it.
Judy
Scowls
just
at it.
beaming. She's smiling at Walter.
She hates this robot so much.
There's no need for violence, good sir. I am a humble butler robot, but I do know the territory around here quite well. I've been given coordinates on how to get you to this dangerous zone at Project Menace, and I'm more than happy to comply. Also, if you need refreshments along the way, I have a fine dispensary of different beverages within my body. And he opens up a mini fridge in the middle of his chest. Lemonade, anyone?
Ooh. I'll take a lemonade.
It's ice
Marvelous
cool.
asset. Ooh. Ooh, nicely chilled.
I can also make tea, coffee, or any other hot beverage. Just press this button here. And he presses a button on the middle of his chest, and coffee starts to pour out.
How is this not a marvelous addition to the team?
It's a robot.
It's a stinking robot. They're out there killing us left and right, and you're drinking from it.
This one is programmed by Denny himself.
Yeah.
Are you doubting the work of another judge, Judge Kane? That's not very brotherly of you.
I don't trust much right now. I trust the people in this room. The people.
If you're going to need to get past all the robot patrols, you're going to need someone who's able to speak their language. And I do. I will register as a friendly on theirs, and I can make sure that you register as friendlies as well. Also, I know all the routes through the city. If we need to sneak around, then I'm not above that. Ha 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 ha!
And Walter, I'm sure you know that if you do happen to step out of line, you'll be destroyed in seconds. Is that right?
Immediately incinerated, Judge Judy. Yes, that would be absolutely horrific, and I would hate it. But I would burn, just like all the other robots, yes.
There we
Good.
go.
At least we have an accord.
Fear not, I'm no revolutionary like this Kenneth fellow. Oh no, law and order for me. Coffee?
I'll take a
Biscuits?
chai.
So if I understand this
Very good.
right, you can't talk their language, so we wouldn't actually have to disguise ourselves. You just would make them believe that we are not hostiles.
At least the robots, yes. But if there are other people in control, well, that might be more of a problem. I can certainly get you there and help while I'm there. I fear I'm no use in combat, though.
If there are organics in there, I can more than well take care of it. Just do your job, robot.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes, I'm not destructive at all unless you are adverse to dairy. Ha ha ha! I have
I'm not
cream.
averse. I'm just intolerant to dairy. Like I am to crime.
Very good, sir. Registered and noted. Luckily,
Judge
I don't
Freeman.
serve any crime. Just
Well, that's
dairy.
good.
Judge Freeman, will your abilities be able to cloak us against the organic creatures?
I can more than well figure out do something with the organics. Whether it's take them out or distract them or make them look like we're not even there. I'm just more worried about more of them out there.
No.
That's more of the
But
issue.
that would mean with Walter here and you, we would be covered on both accounts, right?
Yes. If there are people in there.
Although I do like Judge Kane's idea of going in through a back door, the sewers, whatever, finding our own way.
Yes, not having to go through a bunch of these things would definitely be preferable to another
Walter.
fight like we had today.
Walter, do you have anything in your schematics, alternate entries into this factory?
alternate exits include coming in from the ground floor. There appears to be a sub-basement down below, which we could enter from. Though, it's unclear what's down there, sir. It could be dangerous.
We deal with danger every day, Walter. It's our job.
Very good, sir. It is not mine. I deal in beverages. Actually.
Well, then I suppose that we should get equipped and then maybe head out.
Very good, sir.
Sounds good to me.
Right away. Coffee for the road?
I'm still sipping my lemonade. I've got a straw. I feel like Judy's really obnoxious too. She slips. Because she's the worst. Come on.
It should be a punishable offense.
As he says that, she just like leans over to him a little bit more and just...
Let's get here and get out of here.
Yeah, as you guys are coming out, Denny's outside. Hi, guys. So you guys are going with Walter, right? I programmed him to know a bunch of stuff that he didn't used to know. I reprogrammed him, because previously all he did was serve coffee, and now I've got some soy-based alternatives in him as well. In case you guys are maybe intolerant or like lactose intolerant, that kind of stuff as well. I put that in there for you guys. I didn't know what you wanted, so I just did a little bit of everything. Next time I'm gonna put some vanilla-based shots in there as well. Maybe some chocolate as well could be good, like a hot chocolate for when you guys have been killing pups all day.
Will, can I make an insight check on Danny? Someone who's so concerned with vanilla shots.
I'm sorry, but
He knows too much.
This is weird.
Well, to Judge Kane, I want to do the same thing, like an intuition, because he seems really good at programming robots.
Yes.
Like it's freaking.
So that's intuition and insight. And can I add something else to that? Like, I don't know, psychology
Yeah,
or
psychology
medicine?
would make sense.
Psychology. So then it's 5d6.
66.
It's a 19 for Judge Lawrence in order to gain a feeling. If Judge, I mean, maybe he's just trying to compensate that he's so new on the job and tries to be extra good, but I don't know.
So yeah, you definitely get a read on Denny rather, that he's totally a slip of the tongue. Not the fact that he's actually
no.
Freudian slip. I have.
It's like
levels in psychology. I know.
He's
right
not
under the flesh skin is,
and he's not called Kenny. Okay, so you get a sense that Denny is just very over. He's overcompensating for the fact that he's new to the judges. You don't get a read on him at all. Like, he seems like he's sketchy. Most of the tech dudes in here know what's going on with robots at the very least. But I mean, maybe you're a little suspicious of him because he does seem to be very helpful. And it seems like everyone else is very busy right now. So maybe there's an underlying sort of question mark over Danny there. You'd have to look up his case file. You could look up his case file if you wanted to know a bit more about him, but obviously that would take up some time.
Maybe we should do that or if he is questionable, if we think he's questionable, it would make our job a lot harder going in. Maybe it's a trap. Due diligence and all that.
Okay. You want to spend sort of 20 minutes bringing up Denny's case file?
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case. A case what if?
Yeah. So he signed up, or he got accepted about a week ago. His record is pretty damn clean. he comes from a like a large family here in Mega City 1. Parents are all like alive and well. He's got a pretty bad credit score. He's in a lot of student debt. He worked a lot of odd job Zero-hour contracts for a while. No offenses. No previous convictions. No time in an ISO cube. Squeaky clean. Almost too clean.
Too clean? Yeah.
Too clean.
Maybe he's just a good kid who's nervous. Why are we so mean?
I look at you and just like, I know
I programmed him to. It's not paranoia if you really know that they're out to get you.
If they're out to get you, that's not paranoia. That's a different game anyway, so.
Alright.
Do you want to act on this? Kenny... God damn it. Danny's still in the vicinity. This is what happens when I name NPCs on the fly. I'm like, what's the name of this NPC? Well, no, Danny, Kenny, Benny. Next one's called Benny.
One question. What was the family name? Maybe another judge is related to him and made sure that his record looked good in order for him to be accepted or something. It does not necessarily have something to do with this case, right?
He was, let's see. Got my name of judges here. He was recruited by... Oh. What's the name? He was recruited by Judge Womack last week.
Wait a second. That name rings a bell. Wasn't it like the bad guy? That corrupt judge?
I'm sorry, did you say Judge Womack?
Yes.
Interesting. Maybe we should have a talk.
Is this going to be an issue, Kane?
I turned Womack in. I was a rookie. He was
Question.
crooked. He just got out.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Yeah. It certainly does. Hey, Denny.
Hey guys, what you looking at?
Oh, you know.
Oh, you guys looking at my file? Oh, wow, there's not much in there yet, but I'm really hoping there is. You know, some good stuff like this case, you know, will be a big one for me. Maybe I get like a promotion in a couple of years' time. You know, my parents would be so proud of me if I did good. I was really trying to do good.
So, Denny.
Yeah.
You're recruiting judge. What can you tell me about it?
Let's see, Judge, it says right there, Judge Womack, yeah, big, kind of stern, wore a helmet and a judge outfit, said, kind of looks like all of us, he had a really kind of squinty kind of face, like he couldn't see through his mask very well,
yeah.
I don't know much else, I mean,
I am going to narrow my eyes at him and then mind read him. So
yeah, it was all done for a comm link, so you know, video is on there. It says, "Hey,
So-
Danny, you're on the case."
all right, so I'm gonna
tried
mind
it.
read him.
Not
I'm
proud
gonna
of
mind
it.
read our friend here,
Happened.
and I'm gonna. He's got to make a defense against my psi.
Dark arts. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who watches the judge? I do. So that is
Judges.
3d6, 5d6, 6d6. All right.
Oh boy. Yep, that's
Ooh.
It's like
you see Denny's life flashes before your eyes, and it is very boring. But so you get to read the surface thoughts on this one, right?
Yeah, like while Kane's questioning, like that's her her usual operation is to kind of like read his mind while he's like asking questions.
There is nothing like suspicious which strikes you about what Denny's thinking. He is thinking about Womack. You see the sort of like vision for a second of him on like a video conference with Judge Womack, where he sees just a judge mask where he's been told that he's been accepted and let into the Department of Justice. He never met face to face, but all the clearance stuff came through. So there's nothing that Denny suspects is wrong about this. But that's not to say that there isn't anything wrong about this. But also Denny, he's an idiot for in terms of like common sense sort of stuff. And that all judge interviews will be taken face to face, but that's not something a recruit would know. So yeah, I mean, then I got a tissue and sort of cried out some of the tears. And when I told my mom about it, and she was so proud of me. And then I came here the next day and, showed my badge. And, everything was fine. I haven't seen this Womack since, but, I figured that's just a different department. So I don't know.
He's telling the truth.
Interesting.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was telling the truth. I wasn't making stuff up.
Well, then we need to speak with someone else.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys are busy. You talk to a lot of people every day. I talk to mostly myself, to be honest. Sometimes my mom, I call her every night just to make sure she's okay. Dad.
Okay, Denny.
Sometimes he hands over to Dad. He never talks much. Yeah.
Thank you for all your assistance. And Kane's gonna walk away from him, and he's gonna pull up the comms. Judge Salem, we need to talk.
Affirmative. And at that point, I think that's where we'll end tonight's episode of Assault on Justice. Oh boy, it's all coming out. Denny, why? Denny, please.
Denny.
No. My lords. Well, my friends. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Assault on Justice. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed tonight's episode of Judge Dredd. If you have, go and check it out and Drive for RPG. RPG Now. Go download the Quick Start Guide free. You can get the core rulebook on there as well. And you can play through the adventure we're playing through here today called The Robot Wars as well. Get the PDF or in hardback copy. So yeah, definitely go check it out. We're having a whole lot of fun here with these judges, and the mystery just continues to unravel around the robots, around Denny, around Judge Womack, and there's a whole lot more to come out. So cannot wait to get to this. Same time next week, Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern here on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. You can catch up on YouTube, and shortly the audio podcast version will be available for download as well via iTunes. Coming up next here on the channel, we have Zweihander Blackheart, so stick around for some dark fantasy role-playing action movies. We've got a really cool duel about to happen right now. So a la Rhaegar. So yeah, let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves tonight? Where can we find you guys online? Just start with Judge Kane. How's that tonight for you, my friend?
Well, I thought it was most excellent. I think everybody performed admirably as far as judges go. And I'd like to point out I was down to 1 hit point.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So that was fun. I can't wait to see how this unravels, but I have a feeling, much like I have a feeling I'll be having Denny for breakfast here pretty soon, though, which will be the only time I have Denny's for breakfast because it's disgusting. I am Pruitt, one half of WebDM. You can check out our videos on YouTube on Wednesdays where we have D&D, role-playing game, DM advice videos, things of that nature. So check us out there. We also have games on Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch, so that's fun as well. But I cannot wait to get back next Friday here and figure out and unravel this robot mystery that is befalling Mega City 1 and dispense some justice.
Absolutely fantastic. And Susie, how's that tonight for you and Judge Judy?
That was great. Judge Judy took like 20 points of damage that whole thing. But she's fine. Yeah, she's still stylish. She walked it off. And Denny is my sweet son, and I must protect him from these people who have decided he's evil for some reason. So I will protect the boy. But yeah, I am Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace. I'm a variety streamer who does video games, art streams, and tabletop RPGs. You can find me on my own channel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you can find me in other places the rest of the week. Starting next Sunday is a new game that I'm in on Tales from the Grim and Call of Cthulhu 7th edition called Sky Chasers, where we play like FBI agents in the 50s, like chasing weird shit and looking up. It's like kind of Twin Peaksy, X-Filesy, like good stuff. And announced last week was the Lost Girls podcast, which is coming to the Encounter Roleplay Network in July. We have a Twitter account set up already. We have a Patreon set up. So if you want to support us, if you want to help us make our vampiric dreams come true, please do have a look at our Twitter and maybe consider throwing us a buck or two. But yeah, otherwise I have a pinned tweet that shows my schedule and where you can find me in the week.
Dope. Love it. And Shauna, how was that tonight for you and Judge Fremont?
Oh, it was so good. We got to fight a man with a chain gun, and we got to fight a giant robot, which was rad. And we've already started to do like impromptu interrogations of our judges. I'm so happy we got to shoot lightning. It's so good. Yes, Shauna Flying Cirrus on Twitter. I have a pin tweet for all the games and stuff I do, as well as I post art there. This weekend Friday is the start of my Trash Fire character weekends, which basically they get worse and worse from Saturday to Sunday. So my scary like Emperor in Training judge. On Saturdays I play a glamour bar that's just absolute garbage, and Sunday is a war criminal cyborg. So yeah, here we go.
Fantastic. Love it. Couldn't love it anymore. Tahina, how was that tonight for you and Judge Lawrence?
I loved it. I was thinking, did I take too many medical related things? And then I was like, no, I should have taken more. I used all of the stuff on Judge Judy and Judge Kane, and I'm so happy that I took all the stuff. It was an amazing session. Gunmen in hover chairs and robots, evacuating systems. I mean, interrogations, and I don't trust Danny. Just for the record.
Judy
he's
likes
most
him
like
too much.
being used. He's a
Judy likes him.
That speaks against him.
That tells us everything.
Judy likes you, Fremont.
Wow.
She caught herself translating. I mean, yeah. I loved tonight's session. You can find me on Twitter at Tahina_Andale. Tomorrow I'm over at Goldheart Gaming's channel. I play Xanthe Quinn. She's one half of the Quinn siblings, Celestial Warlock, but she looks and feels and plays like an artificer with all kinds of gadgets. And we just kind of kidnapped a noble. I hear that's a big no-no with the code legal, so I guess we're the perps in this campaign. So yeah, let's go. It will be fine. I'm sure. Other than that, I'm not wearing black like the others. I'm wearing purple. I don't know if you can tell by the washed out color, because put on purple for lupus awareness. May is lupus awareness month. I myself am suffering from this chronic autoimmune condition, and if you want to know more about it, I have a tweet pinned on my profile on Twitter with the hashtag DNDisease, where I explain lupus and other chronic illness with rules from D&D and other tabletop RPGs. So check that out if you want.
That's fantastic. Awesome. We have to head off here because time's out, but if you enjoyed Judge Dredd, go and try it out at home, take it for a spin, blow up some robots, kill some perps. It's all in good fun. But it's time for these white-handed black cards here, so we'll be back at the same time, 5 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/roleplay for the next episode of Judge Dredd. But until next time, my friends, try not to roll too many net ones because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.